Wow, that's cool.
What if everything you see, hear, and feel is just code? From philosophers in ancient Greece to physicists today, people have questioned the nature of our reality. In recent years, this question has taken a digital twist. Could our universe be nothing more than an incredibly advanced simulation? It sounds like science fiction, but some of the smartest minds alive are taking this idea seriously. In this video, we'll explore 10 strange signs that suggest we might be living in a simulation. You may never see reality the same way again. We find patterns everywhere we look in the universe. From the spiral arms of galaxies to the intricate dance of electrons around an atom, the universe seems to follow a set of rules. Rules that can be expressed mathematically. The Fibonacci sequence, for example, pops up everywhere in nature, from the arrangement of sunflower seeds to the branching of trees. Even the seemingly chaotic behavior of fluids can be described by complex mathematical equations. This prevalence of mathematical patterns has led some physicists to wonder if the universe itself is, at its core, a mathematical structure. Could it be that the laws of physics are not just descriptions of reality, but are actually the code that governs our simulated universe? Think about it. In a computer program, everything is ultimately defined by mathematical equations and algorithms. Is it such a stretch to imagine that our universe could be built on a similar foundation? This idea that mathematics is the language of the universe is not new. The ancient Greeks, particularly Pythagoras, believed that numbers held the key to understanding the cosmos. But with the advent of powerful computers and the rise of simulations in fields like astrophysics and cosmology, the idea has taken on a whole new dimension. If we can create simulations of galaxies and universes on our computers, could we ourselves be living in a simulation created by a vastly more advanced intelligence? The more we learn about the universe, the more we realize how much we don't know. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear: the universe is a deeply strange and wonderful place, full of mysteries that challenge our understanding of reality. The possibility that we are living in a simulation is just one of many mind-bending ideas that are being explored by scientists today. So, the next time you see a beautiful sunset or marvel at the complexity of a flower, remember there might be more to reality than meets the eye. The universe might just be a giant computer program, and we might be living in its digital playground. We all know the feeling of hitting a wall, right? In the physical world, we bump into things. But what about the cosmic speed limit, the speed of light? Nothing in our universe can travel faster than light. It's like the universe has a built-in speed cap. Now what if this isn't just a fundamental law of physics, but a limitation of the simulation we're in? Think about it. In video games, there's often a maximum speed for objects. This is due to processing power limitations. If things move too fast, the game would lag or crash. Could the speed of light be a similar constraint in our simulated universe? Is there a supercomputer somewhere out there, working hard to render our reality, limited by its processing power? It's a mind-blowing thought, isn't it? This cosmic speed limit could be a clue that we're living in a simulated reality. Every time you see light from a distant star, you're witnessing the simulation working in real time, rendering the universe at the fastest speed it can manage. And just like a video game character can't outrun the game's code, we can't outrun the speed of light. But here's the kicker. If there's a limit to how fast information can travel in our universe, does that mean there's a limit to how much of the universe we can actually observe? Could there be an entire universe beyond what we can see, hidden behind this cosmic event horizon? It's like reaching the edge of the map in a video game, only to find out there's a whole lot more to explore. The speed of light, this fundamental constant of our universe, might be a key to unlocking the true nature of our reality. It's a reminder that even the seemingly immutable laws of physics might be nothing more than lines of code in a cosmic simulation.
You did it! You uncovered the secret code hidden deep within the shadows of the unknown. Not many adventurers make it this far, you know. I'm Pingy, guardian of riddles and relics, and I've been watching your progress. Keep your wits sharp. This was just the beginning. More hidden wonders lie ahead, waiting for curious minds like yours.
Now, let's dive into the weird and wonderful world of quantum mechanics, where things get really strange, really fast. One of the most mind-boggling aspects of quantum mechanics is the idea that particles don't exist in a definite state until they're observed. It's like the universe is waiting for us to look before it decides what reality is. This is the famous observer effect, and it's one of the biggest mysteries in modern physics. How can something as fundamental as the state of a particle depend on whether or not we're looking at it? It's almost as if the universe is playing a cosmic game of hide-and-seek with us. But here's where the simulation hypothesis comes in. What if this observer effect is actually a feature of the simulation we're living in? Think about it. In video games, objects in the distance are often rendered in lower detail until the player gets closer. This saves processing power and makes the game run smoother. Could the observer effect be a similar optimization technique in our simulated universe? Maybe the simulation only renders the details of reality when we're directly observing them, saving processing power for the rest of the vast digital landscape. It's like the universe is saying, hey, I only have so much processing power to go around, I'll give you the details when you need them. This idea might sound crazy, but it's being seriously considered by some physicists. After all, if we're living in a simulation, it would make sense for the simulators to use every trick in the book to make it run smoothly. And what's more efficient than only rendering reality when someone's looking? So, the next time you observe something strange and counterintuitive in the quantum world, remember, it might not be a glitch in the matrix. It might just be the simulation working as intended. Chapter 4. The Mandela Effect. Have you ever had a vivid memory of something that you later found out never happened? Maybe you remember a movie scene that doesn't exist, or a historical event that unfolded differently than how history records it. You're not alone. This phenomenon, known as the Mandela Effect, has left many people scratching their heads and questioning the nature of reality. The Mandela Effect gets its name from the late Nelson Mandela. Many people vividly recall Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, even though he lived to see his release and became the president of South Africa. How could so many people share the same false memory? It's as if reality itself has been tampered with, leaving many to wonder if we're living in a simulated reality where memories can be altered or overwritten. Think about it. In a simulated world, our memories would essentially be data points, stored somewhere in the vast digital landscape of the simulation. And if that's the case, what's stopping those memories from being altered or deleted? It's like someone going into the code of the simulation and changing a few lines here and there. Some proponents of the simulation hypothesis believe that the Mandela effect could be evidence of these code tweaks. Perhaps the simulators are running experiments, testing our perception of reality, or making subtle adjustments to the fabric of our simulated universe. Or maybe it's just a cosmic bug in the system, a glitch in the matrix that causes these strange memory discrepancies. Whatever the explanation, the Mandela effect is a fascinating and unsettling phenomenon that makes us question the reliability of our own memories. If we can't even trust our own minds, what can we trust? It's a question that has plagued philosophers and scientists for centuries, and the Mandela effect adds a whole new dimension to the debate. Chapter 5. The universe has a code limit. We love pushing boundaries, don't we? We build faster cars, explore deeper into space, and constantly seek to expand the limits of human knowledge. But what if the universe itself has a limit? What if there's a fundamental resolution to reality? A point where we hit the pixel size of the simulation we're living in? This might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but some physicists believe it's a real possibility. Just like a computer screen has a finite number of pixels, our simulated universe might have a finite amount of information that can be stored and processed. And if that's the case, there should be a limit to how much detail the universe can render. Imagine zooming in on an image on your computer. At some point, you'll start to see the individual pixels, the building blocks of the image. What if the same principle applies to our universe? What if, at some incredibly small scale, we hit the pixel limit of reality? Some physicists believe that we might be able to detect this code limit by studying cosmic rays, high-energy particles that bombard Earth from outer space. These cosmic rays carry an enormous amount of energy, and some physicists believe that their interactions with the fabric of space-time could reveal the underlying structure of the simulation. If we were to find evidence of a pixelation of space-time, it would be a smoking gun for the simulation hypothesis. It would mean that our universe isn't smooth and continuous as we perceive it, but is actually made up of discrete units of information, just like a digital image. So, the next time you marvel at the vastness and complexity of the universe, remember, there might be a limit to how much detail it can render. We might be living in a universe with a finite resolution, a universe where the very fabric of reality is woven from threads of information. Chapter 6. consciousness is still a mystery. Of all the mysteries in the universe, consciousness is perhaps the most profound. What is consciousness? How does it arise from the physical matter of the brain? These are questions that have puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries, and we're still no closer to finding definitive answers. Some believe that consciousness is an emergent property of complex systems like the human brain. Others believe that it's a fundamental aspect of the universe like space and time, and still, others believe that consciousness is something altogether different, something that transcends our current understanding of the physical world. But what if consciousness isn't a product of our biological brains at all? What if it's something that's uploaded or downloaded into our simulated selves? Think about it. In a simulated reality, our bodies and brains could simply be avatars, controlled by conscious entities existing outside the simulation. This idea might sound far-fetched, but it's not as crazy as it seems. After all, we're already developing virtual reality technologies that allow us to experience different worlds and embody different characters. Is it so hard to imagine that our own reality could be a similar kind of simulation? If consciousness is separate from our physical bodies, it would have profound implications for our understanding of life, death, and the nature of reality itself. It would mean that death is not the end, but simply a transition to a different state of being. It would mean that our true selves are not bound by the limitations of our physical bodies, but are free to explore the vast digital landscape of the simulation. So, the next time you look in the mirror, ask yourself, who's really looking back? Is it your biological brain, or is it something else entirely? Something that exists outside the confines of your skull. Something that might even survive the demise of your physical body. The answers, like consciousness itself, remain elusive. Chapter 7: Strange Coincidences. We all experience strange coincidences from time to time. You think about an old friend and they call you out of the blue. You miss your bus, only to have it save you from being caught in a downpour. These moments make us wonder if there's more to life than meets the eye. Are these just random occurrences? Or could they be glitches in the simulation? Think about it. If our universe is a simulation, it's bound to have a few bugs, right? Just like a computer program can experience errors and glitches, our simulated reality might have its own set of quirks, and what we perceive as strange coincidences might actually be evidence of these glitches. Imagine a line of code in the simulation that's slightly off, causing a cascade of events that lead to a seemingly impossible coincidence. Or maybe the simulators are playing cosmic pranks on us, orchestrating these strange occurrences for their own amusement. Of course, there's always the possibility that these coincidences are just that, coincidences. Our brains are pattern-seeking machines, wired to find meaning and connections even where none exist. But the more we learn about the universe, the more we realize that the line between coincidence and design can be blurry. So the next time you experience a strange coincidence, don't dismiss it as mere chance. Take a moment to consider the possibility that you've stumbled upon a glitch in the matrix, a crack in the facade of our simulated reality. It might just be a glimpse into the true nature of our existence. We often think of the universe as being infinitely vast and smooth, a seamless tapestry of stars, galaxies, and cosmic wonders. But what if, at its most fundamental level, the universe is pixelated? What if, just like a digital image, our reality is made up of tiny, indivisible units of information? This idea might seem counterintuitive, but it's a serious proposition in some branches of theoretical physics. Loop quantum gravity, for example, suggests that spacetime itself is quantized, meaning it's not continuous but exists in discrete chunks like pixels on a screen. If this is true, it would mean that there's a fundamental limit to how much detail the universe can render. Just like you can't zoom in on a digital image forever without starting to see the pixels, there would be a point where we hit the resolution limit of reality. Some physicists believe that we might be able to detect this pixelation by studying the behavior of light from distant objects. If spacetime is indeed quantized, it could have a subtle effect on the way light travels through the universe, causing it to be slightly distorted or scattered. Detecting this distortion would be incredibly difficult, but it would be a smoking gun for the pixelated universe hypothesis. It would mean that our reality is not as smooth and continuous as it appears, but is actually a digital tapestry, woven from threads of information. So the next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember, those twinkling stars might be nothing more than pixels on a cosmic screen. The universe might be a lot less analog and a lot more digital than we ever imagined. Let's face it, life is starting to feel a lot like a video game, isn't it? We've got virtual reality headsets that transport us to other worlds, augmented reality apps that overlay digital information onto our physical surroundings, and artificial intelligence that's becoming increasingly sophisticated. The line between the real and the virtual is blurring, and it's making some people wonder if we're already living in a simulation. Think about it. The more we advance technologically, the more our creations resemble the very things we're trying to simulate. We're creating virtual worlds that are becoming increasingly realistic, populated by AI characters that are becoming increasingly lifelike. If we continue down this path, how long will it be before we can no longer distinguish between the real and the simulated? Some proponents of the simulation hypothesis believe that we're already at that point. They argue that the rapid pace of technological advancement is evidence that we're living in a simulated reality, one that's constantly being updated and improved by the simulators. And let's not forget about the strange and often inexplicable behavior of people in crowds. Have you ever noticed how people in large groups can sometimes act like non-player characters, NPCs in video games, following predictable patterns and exhibiting limited responses? It's enough to make you wonder if they're just poorly programmed extras in the grand simulation of life. Whether or not you buy into the simulation hypothesis, there's no denying that our world is becoming increasingly digital. And as the line between the real and the virtual continues to blur, it's becoming harder and harder to dismiss the possibility that we're all just characters in a sophisticated video game. The idea that we might be living in a simulation was once relegated to the realms of science fiction and late-night dorm room conversations. But in recent years it's gained traction in some surprising circles. Elon Musk, the tech mogul behind Tesla and SpaceX, has said that the odds of us not being in a simulation are billions to 1. And Neil deGrasse Tyson, the renowned astrophysicist, has put the odds at a slightly less daunting, but still significant, 50-50. These aren't just random musings from eccentric billionaires and celebrity scientists. There are sound scientific reasons why some of the brightest minds on the planet are taking the simulation hypothesis seriously. For one thing, our understanding of the universe is still woefully incomplete. We don't know what dark matter is, we don't know what dark energy is, and we don't have a unified theory of physics that can explain both the very large, general relativity, and the very small, quantum mechanics. In the face of such profound unknowns, the simulation hypothesis, while still highly speculative, offers a tantalizing possibility that the answers to our biggest questions about the universe might lie not within the universe itself, but within the realm of information processing and simulation technology. If we are living in a simulation, it would mean that our universe is not the ultimate reality but simply a subset of a larger, more complex system. It would mean that the laws of physics as we know them are not fundamental, but are simply the rules governing our particular simulation. And it would mean that the simulators, whoever or whatever they may be, have access to a level of knowledge and power that we can scarcely comprehend. The implications of this are both profound and unsettling. If we are living in a simulation, what does it mean for our understanding of free will, purpose, and the meaning of life? These are questions that philosophers and theologians have grappled with for millennia, and the simulation hypothesis adds a whole new dimension to the debate. So, are we really living in a simulation? While we may never know for sure, the signs are intriguing, and maybe unsettling. From the mathematical precision of the universe to the quirks of quantum mechanics, there are hints that our reality might be more digital than we realize. But even if we are living in a simulation, does it really change who we are or how we should live our lives? Whether we're in a base reality or a virtual one, what matters most is how we live our lives inside it. The search for knowledge, the pursuit of happiness, the love we share with others, these things remain meaningful, regardless of the nature of our reality. So, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep searching for truth. Because the truth, as they say, might just be stranger than fiction.
That was awesome, dude!